There is a waterway so small. You can cross it in 20 minutes by boat. It is 33 kilometers wide at its narrowest point. And right now, because of what happened on February 28, 2026, that tiny strip of water is threatening to trigger a global recession. This is the Strait of Hormuz, and this is the story of how one military strike just put every economy on Earth on notice. On February 28th, the United States and Israel launched coordinated airstrikes on Iran targeting its leadership, military infrastructure, and missile program. Iran retaliated, striking facilities across at least 9 countries in the Gulf region. And then came the move that sent shockwaves through every financial market on the planet. The Strait of Hormuz effectively closed. Not officially, not legally, but tankers stopped moving, vessels began diverting, and the world's most important oil shipping lane went silent. To understand why markets reacted so violently, you need to understand what the Strait of Hormuz actually is. Every single day, more than 14 million barrels of oil flow through this strait. That's 1/3 of the world's entire seaborne crude exports. About 3/4 of those barrels go to China, India, Japan, and South Korea. Think about that for a moment. The energy supply of the world's largest economies running through a 33-kilometer gap. When the strikes happened, markets didn't wait. US crude jumped 7.5%. Brent crude, the international benchmark, spiked over 6% to around $77 a barrel. S&P 500, NASDAQ, and Dow futures all dropped more than 1%. But here's what most people missed while everyone's portfolio was bleeding. Exxon and Chevron shares actually rose. Defense stocks like Northrop Grumman and Lockheed Martin surged. War creates losers, but it also creates winners, and knowing the difference is everything. Now here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't just about oil prices at the pump. Global oil prices have surged more than 25% since the start of this conflict. That means inflation goes up. Consumer spending goes down. Central banks face impossible choices. For countries like India, which budgeted roughly $24 billion in energy subsidies this year, rising oil prices could add another $4 to $6 billion in costs overnight. New lines institute in China. China imports nearly 6 million barrels per day through this strait. Combined with US actions elsewhere, close to 1/5 of China's entire oil supply has effectively been cut off. Goldman Sachs analysts put a number on the risk. Premium traders are now demanding approximately $14 more per barrel than before the conflict began. And if the strait stays closed for weeks? Analysts say oil crosses $100 per barrel. Inflation becomes permanent, and the global economy tips into recession. As one energy analyst put it, a prolonged closure of the Strait of Hormuz is a guaranteed global recession. So what happens now? And what should you be watching? 3 things. Number 1, the strait itself. Every day it stays effectively closed, pressure on global markets increases. The moment tankers start moving freely again, expect an immediate oil price drop. Number 2, defense and energy stocks. These are the sectors moving most aggressively right now. Not because of speculation, but because the fundamentals directly connect to this conflict. Number 3, the US midterm elections. This conflict is now a domestic political issue. Rising fuel prices are a direct political vulnerability for the current administration, and that political pressure will shape how long this conflict continues. This is exactly what this channel is about. Not noise, not panic, not hot takes. Connecting what happens in the world to what it means for your money. If you want to understand the next move before it happens, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.